So hi everyone, thanks for coming. This session is about sustainable development goals and how to achieve it. It's a big ask, but I'll try my best to show you certain things that we are trying to do. So how many of you already know about the goals? Okay, all right. So when it comes to these goals, there are, is this थोड़ा सा like उस तरफ चले जाए screen पर था. Okay, I think there's a little bit of problem, but I think we can go on. So when you see these goals, there are 17 goals and then 169 specific targets, quite a few sub-goals. So what are the problems that you face when you see these goals, right? Yeah. So what I meant to say is that if you as an individual have to do something about the goals to make them sort of help them achieve it, what is it that you face as a, is there a problem, or you can find what you want to do very easily? Yes?
They are not easily interconnected, while in reality those problems are.
Okay. Right. Okay.
They're very high level, and so for the individual to add their component parts to come together to achieve them is very...
Right. So there's something called Global Festival of Action, which happens every year in Bonn, Germany, which is organized by UN. So 2015, the world leaders got together and they decided that let's go with a prime number higher than 10, and they came up with 17 goals and too many sub-goals to sort of fix the world's problem and make it a better place. But the problem was they asked a lot of youth around the world to come together to this festival and then participate in the discourse and say what kind of problem that they think the goals might have. So one of the common consensus that came out is that the goals are too difficult to understand. So at an individual level, even if I know what these goals are, I cannot act on something, on my daily life to make change happen. So the idea that we took it to, so I'm a quiz master by profession, and my job is to make quizzes and games. So basically make information and knowledge more entertaining and effective for people to understand. And I'm going to show you certain things, how we can make the goals more simpler for people to act on them. So first of all, for the goals to be reached, everyone needs to do their part. Governments, the private sector, the civil society, and especially you. That's what the UN said. So what I'm saying is that yes, people power matters as much as powerful people. It's not only their part to contribute, but it's also you as people who have to contribute to make the goals achievable. And through this process, I'm going to show you some examples how we can give everyone a role so that they can make the world a better place. What we need to know. So the kind of things I'm going to give you is I'm going to give you 85 individual actions. So 5 things I've asked you to do for each of those SDGs. A set of personal actions that people around the world can take to help support the goals. The lifestyle asks, very easy to implement into your daily life. And they're sort of targeted, matched with the 169 targets. Highly engaging way of personalizing and humanizing the SDGs. And we hope that you can use this to sort of engage with more and more people and let them actually do something about the goals. So the criteria that we looked when we sort of started working on it was these are the 3 questions. That does this ask that I'm going to show you has the greatest impact? Will this be sort of affordable, accessible, and doable by most of us? And also it has to be easily understandable for someone with a secondary level of education. Even a child could do it, something like that. So the 5 asks that we have sort of given each goals, we have sort of segregated them into these parameters. So the first ask is about learning. So do something about it, you must know about it first. So the first ask is always about learning. The next three are sort of increasing behavioral challenge in terms of lifestyle changes, cost, or habits. At least one action, sort of positive, happy, fun activity. The penultimate one is mostly focused on, sort of demanding something from the leaders, the world leaders or the political leaders. Okay, now let me show you how these 5 actions I'm talking about. So first goal is no poverty. So if you tell someone the sub-goals, it's very difficult for them to understand. So what we have sort of shortened it to is help end poverty. That's the main goal. So what are the 5 things that I am asking you to do? Number 1, learn the causes of poverty at home and abroad. Most of us don't really think what causes poverty. So I'm asking that you ask those questions, introspect yourself, try and talk to people and actual people who live in poverty and try and understand what problems they have. Second, share and donate what you can. These are simple things that you can do to make this goal more achievable. Third one, buy from companies that pay people fairly. Fourth, save, borrow, and invest responsibly. Most of us have credit cards and we just keep borrowing, unnecessary stuff, buying unnecessary stuff. So we can always do it more responsibly. Fifth, demand decent wages and opportunities for all. Similarly, I'm going to take you through some of these goals. Second is zero hunger. Slow? Okay, but I think the bell will ring very soon. I'll try my best. So, I'm saying simplify the goal into just eat better. Again, the 5 things: learn how we farm, fish, and make our food. Most of us, we don't really have the time to sit down and think what we eat, why we eat it, and how we eat it. From where is it coming from? All these questions we need to ask to actually make a personal contribution towards the goals. Enjoy more fruits and vegetables. Buy local, seasonal, fairly traded food. Try and ask whether someone in retail market that you're buying from, are they actually paying the farmer the due price or not? You can actually inquire about it. We have never done it as such, but that's the point of these actions. Help children, elderly people, and pregnant women eat well. This is the least we could do. These are something that we can do with people around us all the time. Demand an end to global hunger. Go to your government, ask, what are you doing? I want to know how many people go hungry every day. Is there any program that you're running? Keep asking those questions. Stay well. That's the goal 3 for me. Good health and well-being. Learn about and share ways to stay healthy. Wash your hands and exercise regularly. These are some goals that are also meant for children, so not necessarily they are sort of apt for you, but largely one goal has always been designed in a way so that the child can act on it. Stay safe on or near roads. Value mental health and well-being. If there is someone who is facing this problem related to mental health, try and help them, or at least nudge them towards someone who can help them. Demand medical care and vaccinations for all. Quality education, one of the most important goals. Learn and teach. That's how I'm saying that's the action, call to action. Keep learning throughout life. Most of us are like, our learning process ends after college. Why does it happen? I mean, those days are gone when you can have a degree on engineering or law and something like that, and you can basically use that, implement that knowledge for the next 25 years and make a career out of it. Not happening. Artificial intelligence, machine learning, all the new technologies, 4th industrial revolution, it's basically changing and disrupting our industries every now and then. So lifelong learning is the only key to sort of keep growing. Teach kids kindness. One of the things, empathy, kindness, these are missing in today's world. So this is 150th year celebration of the Mahatma Gandhi's birth in India. and UNESCO is running something called Kindness Campaign. So I would like all of you to sort of be more kind to people and actually teach kindness to kids. Help girls and boys stay in school. Many people drop out. So if you're in your community, you see people are dropping out, please help them. Support teachers and keep schools open. The government has opened lots of schools in India under the primary school education program, but it closes down because of lack of fund and many other reasons. So if you can, as a community, contribute some way, please do. Defend everyone's right to an education. That's the least we could do. Gender equality. Lots of sessions are going around it, and it's one of the most important segment also in the goals. Treat everyone equally. That's, to me, that's the simplistic message. Learn and share ways to end sexism. Raise kids to expect equality. Respect the men and women who care for families. Defend women's reproductive rights. Oppose violence against women and girls. So these are like very little simple actions. So you don't have to really, if you find the goals complex, use this. These are 5 things. And the thing is, this is not something that these are the 5 things you have to do. You can find your own 5 things that you would like to do, but these are some sample things that we are trying to tell people that, okay, if you find them very difficult, try to do these 5 things. Clean water and sanitation, save water. Learn why clean water matters. Most of us don't understand. So I went to Germany, I was speaking to the school kids in Germany, and they didn't believe me that in India there are people who have to carry water for miles on a specific vessel, and that's the whole sort of supply of water they have for everything that they want to do in the house. And I had to show them films and videos to sort of engage with them and tell them that this is a problem. They were thinking that, it comes through tap, I get it in my home anyway. So these are some of the things. If you find people who don't know what the problem exists in the society, show them. Don't flush any trash or toxic chemicals. Report and fix leaks, big or small. Yeah, sure, I'll just end in 2 minutes. So if you see any such things happening in your locality, lots of taps, just keep running or the water is rushing out, go to your local authority and tell them that this is a problem and needs to be fixed. Save water when brushing your teeth, washing and cleaning. Defend people's right to clean water and a toilet. So yeah, so obviously there are 17 ones and I can go through each of them. But the idea sort of is to give you this concept where basically you can find 5 things that you think can be doable at an individual level to make the goals more achievable. So I'm going to leave you with that. And I hope that after you go back, you'll talk to more and more people in your society and community and nudge them to do 5 things for each goals, and that should be enough for us to achieve this by 2030. Thank you so much. So just to quickly, before I end, if any one of you are interested, we make a lot of games around these sort of goals and typically SDGs, awareness programs, quizzes and all. So if you want to get in touch, I'm just quickly going to share my contact. Is the next session happening? Or I can maybe go on? Oh yeah. Sorry.
I mean, SDGs are relevant for all the sessions anyway.
Yeah, true. So that's my contact details. If you ever need anything help in this area, or if you think you'd be interested in taking games and taking to the community around you, I'll be happy to help. Thank you so much. Pleasure.